Now, from across the tri-states, this is KHQA Sports.
Absent a single undefeated team in the entire mix, there was still plenty to be sorted out on this penultimate night of the Lady Panther Classic. On one side of the bracket, it was pretty cut and dried. The winner of tonight's head-to-head showdown between state-ranked Havana and Illini West, still spoiling from a loss to the Lady Ducks down in Beardstown, is off to Saturday's title match. And what a matchup this would be tonight. Wasn't so much of a game as it was a carving session, and duck medallions were on the menu. Great passing right here from Aubrey Carlisle to Connor Smith. Oh, and what a boss move from her on the baseline. More to come right here. Mackenzie Patrick comes free in the middle of that Duck defense, and it was attack, attack, attack from IW from that point forward. This time from the top of the key, Josie Finch. You'll hear much more about her coming up tomorrow night at 6. Big three for her. Then Sierra Hall, wide open in the low blocks. Are you kidding me? Havana couldn't account for seemingly any of the 5 Charger players on the floor, and they would feast. Shelby White, nice move from her, kissing one off the glass, and Illini West had a 7-point lead at that point. They continue to extend. Josie Finch ahead to Michaela Gronwald, cleaning up nicely in transition. And then it's Aubrey Carlisle. Had a big night tonight with 19 points and 4 steals to lead the way. She was good. So too Josie Finch, who you see here with 3 more of her 17. IW in a blowout tonight to advance to the championship game. Final count. Look at that, 66-42, big win for Grant Supernaut and company. Meanwhile, on the other side of the bracket, Unity controlled its own destiny, but a loss to South Fulton would put Camp Point Central, the host team, in the title game. Good start in this one for the Lady Mustangs behind Kaylee Kuhn, who hits the early bucket. But unfortunately for her, her defense couldn't account for the passing of Summer Burgard or early on for Hannah Krukwit, who was really effective in the low blocks. Jordan Hildebrand trying to answer in this game in the low blocks of her own accord. Just too much of South Fulton in this ball game tonight. Kylie Krause firing from the top of the key. She's had a big, big tournament here, and another 3 for her right there is the difference in the ball game as South Fulton wins in blowout fashion, 67-48, which means Camp Point Central versus Illini West on Saturday at 7 o'clock. That should be a ton of fun over at Camp Point. Meanwhile, playing out of the tournament for one night, Quincy High School in conference play against Rock Island, down 24 at the half. Reagan Wellman trying to bring her team back. And they would do a nice bit in the third quarter of erasing some of that deficit. That's Wellman. This is Asia Churchill, who's going to let fire from, wow, just inside the free throw line. Nice little 2 for her. Then more from Reagan Wellman, this time of the long 2-point variety. And how about a little Bree Bordewick as well? Working the offensive glass as Quincy High cut that big lead down to 17 at one point. Unfortunately, that would be as close as it would get for the Blue Devils. Rock Island legit. They win by 30 tonight. 71-41 was your final there. Oh, baby. Let's talk about the girls' scores tonight. Kind of a mild upset and a nice win for Griggsville tonight over at the Lady Spartan Classic. Score just called in. Griggsville a winner by the final count of 57-50. And Mark Twain wins at home tonight over Wellsville. Kaylee Ogle with 17 points in the Lady Tiger victory there. Boys' side of things tonight. Championship semifinals between Payson and number 1 seed Porta over at Winchester. Michael McCurdy, really nice interior player for the Blue Jays. They've only lost once this season. They're really good. Payson trying to answer, though, and answering with hustle and effort in this game. Great shot block right there. And at the other end on the run out, that's Carter Epperson with a nice finish as well. Unfortunately for Payson Seymour, defensive answers to Michael McCurdy were few and far between tonight. He's really good from the wing and just attacking very violently right there. How about a little Matt Mueller as well? 3-point play for him as well. Still no quit in Payson Seymour. They take this thing down to the final wire with plays like this from Hunter Flessner. This young man is certainly strong to the hoop. Great spinorama move for him. And then it's Payson Seymour in transition, doing nice work, but losing to a really good Porta team in this one, 61-56. Porta onto the championship game to face an opponent who is yet still to be determined. Elsewhere on the night, earlier, it was Rushville Industry losing to West Central. West Central onto the consolation championship where they will play Camp Point Central, who was a 59-47 winner over Brown County behind Lane Marlowe's big night. Also, Marion County too much for La Plata tonight. 51-46 is your final. Men's college basketball, the news not very good on any front tonight. Maryville beats Quincy University in Maryville on a last-second tip-in. The Hawks' struggles continue. Also, Culver Stockton, maybe their worst performance in a couple of years as Brad Hamilton and Mo Valley blow them out by more than 40 points. 108-63, your final there. Hey, here's a nice bit of news, though. HLGA went on the road in St. Louis over Pharmacy, 55-51. The news much better on the women's side of the equation tonight. Quincy University University wins its third in a row. Also, Western Illinois, a big-time winner over Denver tonight on the road. We've got Culver Stockton, unfortunately, the only bad news of the night. Their 4-game win streak comes to an end with a loss at Mo Valley. And HLG, a big-time win over St. Louis Pharmacy. And finally, the PGA Tour is back, and so too is Luke Guthrie. Kind of a decent first round. Couldn't make a lot of hay on the leaders today, but did finish with a 2 under 68. Currently, that's good for a tie for 32nd place. Luke back on the early side coming up tomorrow in beautiful, sunny, bucolic Hawaii, which certainly beats your job and my job on this particular weekend.
Color me jealous. Now, if you missed it at 6, you had a really cool feature on, talk about it.
Former Pittsfield basketball star Brad Fox, who's now a professional wrestler, who will make his debut on Ring of Honor right here on KHQA coming up on Saturday. They've kind of got a prospect tournament going on, so your chance to see him. If you want to see what it looks like, and it's radically different from his playing days, online at KHQA.com right now.
All righty, thanks, Chris. Final look at the weather after this.